My early top 8 AFL predictions. Starting in 8th, I've got Carlton to make a return to finals footy. The Blues came oh so close last year by being in that top 8 for the entire, 22 out of 23 rounds of the season until they just fell short in the final round, losing by 1 point to Collingwood. They've got so much upside. They've got a Brownlow medalist. Sam Walsh missing the start to their season won't be helpful. And while I don't think Carlton will have an outstanding season, they'll finally get that craved finals feeling for their fans. Coming in 7th, it wouldn't be a live prediction video without a few big calls. And my first big call is going to be the Adelaide Crows. Now, this is big. This is really, really big. There's always one year after another that one team from really low on the ladder, for some reason, just shoots into the top 8. And this season, I've got a strange feeling about the Crows. They had so much upside. They slowly turned the Adelaide Oval into a mini fortress, beating some real big teams there. They produced upset after upset, particularly at the Adelaide Oval. They took the Demons very far. They took the Dockers right to the edge. They've taken some good teams right to the edge in 2022 at their home ground. I've just got a feeling they're going to build on consistency away from home, and with that young list, they're all going to come together, and we're finally going to see some results from the Matthew Nicks project. Coming in at 6th, we've got the Fremantle Dockers, which means after Dockers falling 1 place from 2022, now you can talk about the additions of Luke Jackson from Melbourne, Jager O'Meara from Hawthorn, but people cannot understate the losses of guys like Griffin Lowe, who has the versatility to play back and forward very well as Blake Acres, one of the best wingers in the competition last year, now leaves a very big wing void for the Dockers. While the Dockers could shoot into the top 4 and Justin Longmuir's team could just continue getting better and better, you can definitely see the reason why Fremantle could fall off a little bit this year. But I've got no doubts that they'll regain that fast ball-moving football that fans love to watch. Coming in at 5th, one of the surprise stories from 2022, I've gone with Collingwood. While I don't think Collingwood will finish top 4 this year, as we've got to remember the amount of close under a goal wins that they had, fate can't fall that way again. The addition of Tom Mitchell from Hawthorn will be massive. I think people still understate how important Tom Mitchell is to an AFL side, and Mitchell's role was really hard to play in a really struggling Hawthorn team. I think Collingwood will use his abilities to perfection, as well as the addition of Dan McStay from Brisbane. They're sort of hunting that key forward. Mycheck did a job. You chuck Mason Cox in there sometimes, but I think Dan McStay will be a McStayer in the forward line. That's so depressing. Coming out 4th, a lot of people are anticipating their fall off. I could sort of see a fall off coming, but I'm still going to predict the Sydney Swans into the top 4. I sort of try and see the fall off. I can sort of envision it. But it's just like that midfield of Callum Mills, Luke Parker, the development of Chad Warner. It's just absolutely unbelievable, and I can't see the Swans dropping that far this year. Their backline is sorted with the rejuvenance of Paddy McCargan as well as his brother Tom. And then down front, Buddy Franklin won't be a problem for them. At 36 years of age, he'll still be bagging goals. And with the development of a heap of young players such as Chad Warner, such as Angus Sheldrick, such as Logan McDonald, they've got a real exciting future. And John Longmire knows how to get a tune out of the team year after year. That's why I think the Swans will finish back in the top 4. Coming in 3rd, a lot of people are overrating them. I may be too. I've gone with Richmond. I was somebody that didn't see the Richmond hype of them finishing in the top 4 last year, and they didn't finish in the top 4, but they did finish in the top 8. I reckon they will finish in the top 4 this year, although they're a team I could also see finishing out of the 8. They're a strange club this year, Richmond. The main 2 additions are Jacob Hopper and Tim Taranto, both from GWS. They'll both head into the engine room with Taranto playing a little bit of forward time. You can always rely on a guy like Tom Lynch down forward, even if he's missing sitters every second week. I think Richmond will be a force to be reckoned with. And like John Longmire, Damien Hardwick can get a tune out of teams. Coming in at 2nd, I've got the reigning premiers. I've got the Geelong Cats. Now, I've got to keep in mind, these are my early predictions, but last year I did predict the Cats in 12th in my official predictions. I got clowned for that, and rightly so. The Cats, are they getting too old? Maybe, but that's not going to stop them from being a premiership contender this year and one of the favourites. Jeremy Cameron is in the prime of his career, and he sort of plays like a midfielder at centre half forward. He's absolutely unbelievable. The loss of Joel Selwood won't be an issue. Apparently, they're going to chuck Jack Bowes in the midfield from Gold Coast, who played defence there. They've got Tanner Bruin from GWS. You've got that mix of youth and experience in that Cat side that is so perfected. Sam De Koning holding down fullback with Tom Stewart. You'll even have Max Holmes in that midfield, who is developing before our eyes. with Tyson Stengel rejuvenating his career last year, the amount of Cats talent mixing youth with experience so well will take this team a long way in 2023. And coming in on top of the ladder is the Brisbane Lions, and I feel like a lot of people say, including myself, Brisbane are going to win the premiership this year, and it just never seems to happen. Ever since 2019, they've been in that premiership window, and it may slam shut out of nowhere very soon, but this just has to be the year. They're in their prime, and they're in their best position to win a flag. Coming off a disappointing 6th place finish last year after making a prelim, let alone being smashed in it. The addition of Josh Dunkley in the engine room with Jared Lyons, Lockie Neal, with Hugh McCluggage on the wing, it's just going to be unbelievable. Jack Gunston from Hawthorn, that just makes up for the loss of Dan McStay. One of Brisbane's issues in 2023 will be how many tools will they play, because it turned out to be an issue last year. If they played McStay, Danaher and Hipwood, it sometimes ended up being too tall. But if they only played 2 of them, it sometimes ended up not being enough. Brisbane just need to get that balance right this year with Gunston, Hipwood and Danaher. But then you've got no doubts about their crumbing forwards, such as Zach Bailey and Charlie Cameron. And their backline, held down by Harris Andrews, is one of the best in the league. Brisbane all around, as a football list, look like the best in my opinion this year. Now, if you're a Melbourne fan, if you're a Western Bulldogs fan, if you're even a Port Adelaide fan, you may be shocked that your team is not in this video, but you've always got to have shocks, and my bottom 10 early predictions will be out very soon. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. In the video right now, but I thought I'd just remind you, go and subscribe to my soccer second channel. We upload FIFA career modes. We have about 3 to 4 watch-alongs per week. We upload heaps of other content, including heaps of Man United content if you're a fan of that. If you're not happy with how active I am on this channel, well then go over to that channel, because I'm active almost way too much. So yeah, go and check that out if you're interested. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and it would just help an absolute heap if you could get us there. So yeah, cheers. Go sub. Why are you still here? You can go away now. Like, you really don't need to be here. I mean, I'm just here, right, because my last video got demonetized for no reason. Absolutely no reason at all. So, I need to get this video to 8 minutes so I can eat for the next week. So thank you for watching this video, and have a good one. Cheers. I apologize for this.